part of the Open Invitation Hello Winter Challenge, and I will tell you a little bit more about that after this first project. Project number 1, Blue Winter Sign. So this gather sign came from the Dollar Tree, and I have some poster letters that I was going to use, but that messed up, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. Here I'm trying to get the word off of the outside frame, and it gave me a little bit of trouble. It's definitely not reusable. So that was my first try at this sign, and I painted on the paper background, and it did not work out. So we're going to redo it. We're going to paint right on the backing, and we're also going to dab our paint on and not brush it on, because that makes for much better results. So I cut away all of that background paper, and I had to use different letters because those bold letters, I didn't have all the right letters to make my winter word. I kind of like these. The shape of these are a little bit more casual, which is fine with me. And I'm not sure if I showed painting the frame there, but I did paint it in white. So we're doing like white, blue, white. So this is a combination of 2 of my blue chalk paints because I didn't like either one for this particular project. So mixed them together and dabbed it on. And you want to dab around the letters first because it helps them stay down. And then come back in and do a thicker coat and then spread out towards the edges. I came in with my paintbrush to do the parts that were close to the frame. I kind of wanted to clean it up a little bit, but I wasn't looking for this to be perfect because it's kind of got like a coastal rustic feel to it. So now we're revealing the letters, and the paint is still tacky, still wet, and the letters are coming up wonderfully. I'm so happy I came back and did this instead of giving up on it. And that's just a Dollar Tree Poke Tool, because I couldn't find my Cricut one. These are some of the embellishments I decided to use. I'll show you how I plan to use them. I could have made it thicker, but I didn't have any more of this blue sparkly coral looking stuff, so I just cut off one little piece for each side, and I'm making a little swag for the top of the sign. And you could just leave it, keep it simple, maybe put some Jenga blocks in the back and prop it up, but I wanted to go a little bit extra. So I got down the blue sparklies, and instead of making the swag and attaching it, I'm going to attach it and build it up. So first we have the blue sparklies. Now I'm making the bow, and I did the awareness shape, scrunched in the middle, tied it with some twine, and then I came in with this ribbon just to make it a little bit more pretty. It's like a coastal starfish kind of design on it, and I thought that would look neat. And I just tied that in the back nice and tight like I do with the twine just before it. We're going to cut the tails on an angle just because it's a really small bow and you don't really have room to do a dovetail. Then I decided we need a little bit more to our swag, so I grabbed these like light blue florals that I've been looking at forever, and I think they'll look nice with this. I wanted to have leaves on both sides, and the way I cut these picks, one of them didn't have any leaves at all, so I glued one down there. And then I'll lift the bow and glue it underneath so it looks like it's just coming out from underneath. And it was a little bit too poofy, so I did trim each side so it wasn't hanging down over the letters. And you will get a better look at this during the final reveal. Okay, jumping in with a little more information about the playlist. It's a welcome to winter challenge. Tammy from the Rusted Willow and Ellie from DIY House to Home do this every couple of months to welcome the season. This month's guest host is Aurea from DIY with Aurea, and their channel links as well as a link to the playlist will be in my description box below. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Project number 2, Winter Bouquet. Now you can make your bouquet as thick or sparse as you like, or as full or as sparse as you like. These are just some random picks I had and some flocked floral picks. And I'm going to do a dry fit and see what I like best. The canvas print is from Dollar Tree. And I'm pretty sure most of the greenery is from Dollar Tree too, but don't quote me on that. I'm also going to make my own snow using the 3 different things: the snowflake from the thrift store, the baking soda, and the Epsom salt. These are the stamps I'm going to use to spell out Hello Winter. And that was a time and a half. I will show you. The Timo stamps, they are very good. They don't stick on the plastic, so I can't do the word ahead of time because they just fall off. So I do my best by doing one letter at a time, and I'll show you that in just a second. Right now I'm just taping the canvas where I don't want any snow, and just cutting it and twisting it and putting it down, making sure all the areas where the stems are don't have snow, because I want to be able to poke a hole there and put some floral wire through it and actually be able to see what I'm doing. I mixed it up in this little ramekin. I got that at the Dollar Tree too. And I'm just coming in with regular Mod Podge. A nice thick coat and a nice uneven coat because I don't want the snow to be even. I'm just going to show you close up here what I did. And the nice thing about having 3 pieces of snow is you can just kind of like stick your fingers in and just decide if you want thicker snow in that place or thinner snow. Now I mixed a little bit of white paint with some Mod Podge, and I'm doing a little bit more flocking on some of these greenery picks. And those are little lavender picks. Those are from Dollar Tree. They were flocked already. I just wanted a little bit more snow on them, but not too much. So I only did like 1 or 2 dabs on them. Now I'm pulling off the tape, and it worked really well. I can totally see where I want the greenery to be. So I'm just going to do a dry fit and trim and add. And then I took a push pin and I poked a hole on either side of the stem. And you got to move the push pin around and make a bigger hole than just poking it, because the floral wire wouldn't go through the first time. And I had to make a couple holes on some of the stems because I couldn't find the hole. Like I couldn't find it. So yeah, poked it through, got the wire through on either side of the stem, and then twisted in the back like you see here, and then just turned the wire. So I did 3 stems with the wire. Super easy, really. Just poke a hole on either side of the stem, push the floral wire through, and twist it, just like you twist like a bag of bread. All right, I kept adding here. I decided I went a little bit fuller there. Now, the first time I tried the Hello Winter, you'll notice me rubbing. I rubbed off the ink right away and dried it and then painted with some white. And I did a couple of brushes of paint on other areas of the canvas so it wouldn't like stand out that it was only in that one spot. And then just going to show you a close-up here of me putting the letters on. I tapped them on a piece of paper before I put them on the canvas, just trying to get them straight, but they still came out wonky, and that's just because the Temu stamps aren't that great. But you know, I was badly determined I was going to get Hello Winter on there, so I'm just going to leave it. I came back in and put a little bit more snow around the edges where I'd done the white paint. Made a little shoelace bow out of some extra lace I had lying around, and you will get a better look at this during the final review. Project number 3 is a farmhouse style snowflake. That is some ribbon I got last year at Michael's for 90% off. Then I had this doorknob hanger from Dollar Tree, this wall sticker package that I got from the Dollarama when I visited my mom in Canada. Let's see, Scrabble tiles got from Amazon, this stake with the buffalo check border from Dollar Tree, and this snowflake blank also from Dollar Tree. Gosh, there's a lot of things coming together for this project. And I actually had like 3 more of those snowflake blanks. So I wish I'd been using them before now. I pulled off the stake part of that circular sign and like sort of whittled off the remaining pieces. Oopsie. Okay, I need a new tripod. The leg on this tripod is broken, so it kicks out all the time and it falls over. So let me get things organized here. Just give me a second. Okay, back to business. So I'm going to show you 3 options on how to put these kinds of wall sticker on a blank. And this first option is not the best, but I am going to show you what I did. I put it on and tried sanding it like I usually do with my backgrounds and papers and napkins and all that. But this wall sticker has like a stretchiness to it. So I thought, okay, I'll just burn it off. I've done that before. Well, I mean, it burned off, but it left a really burnt mark on it, and it kind of glowed even after the flame was gone. And I actually spritzed it with some water at one point. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to go with that. So in the long run, just simply tracing the outline of snowflake is what worked. So if you normally do it like this, just keep doing it. I wanted to show you where I did all the edges. And it was actually pretty easy to cut out, I think because they were rounded. And I wasn't concerned about getting it totally perfectly on there because I wanted to sand it a little bit anyway. So this was much, much, much better. So I did show you 3 options, and I do recommend this third one. And another thing you would want to do is ensure that all your lines are going in the same direction, like the crackle in the image on the sticker is all going in one direction. Then I just did a little circle that was smaller than the actual circle I'm using. I did a couple lines of my wood glue there, and then I put down some hot glue in between. Wood glue, hot glue combination. And this center circle also had some lines in it, so I made sure that was lined up as well. Then I took my buffalo chick ribbon, made the awareness shape, scrunched it like so. And then I had some twine ready. I just wrap it around like 3 or 4 times. And then I flip the bow over and tie it in the back, nice and tight. And then I trim off the ends. And we're going to dovetail these tails. But first, we're going to do the bells. I love how this looks. I love hanging bells off of bows. I did it in my shadow box video. If you want to go back and watch that, I'll put the link in my description box. I just love how it looks. So I tried to save as much of the ribbon and bells as possible off that little doorknob hanger. And I used one part of the ribbon to make the center of the bow look better. And then I took the other two. I left the ribbon as long as possible, but I do end up making it shorter. And how I do that is I just hot glue it in the back, and then it was too long, so I folded it and hot glued it again until the length of the ribbon was what I was looking for, and I was pretty happy with that. And I knew that the bells were kind of more of the star of the show here, but I did want to put the word winter on the bottom. It's kind of like the theme of this video, if you haven't figured that out already. And in the past, I've just glued these down with hot glue, and they seem to stay pretty good. So that's what we did here. And I wanted a little bit of space in between the letters, and I love, love, love how it came out. And you will get a better look at it during the final reveal.
The final reveal.